So, I have a question for you guys. How are you going to catch a leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day? Not with butterfly net, not with mousetrap, a leprechaun trap. I have the coolest recipe for a leprechaun trap cake that you guys are going to love. It is super fun and it blows everyone away when you show it to them. So to start this leprechaun cake, you have to make a chocolate sheet cake, and it's real easy for this recipe. The recipe's down below in the description. You just pour it over a sheet pan with some lined with some parchment paper. Real easy. Start by cutting 2 circles out of the sheet cake. Just be smooth when cutting, just because the cake is real crumbly. Then place one of the cakes on a cutting board and cut a circle out of the middle of it. I'm using a potato peeler, but you can use anything that's sharp and circular, and put to the side. Then get a pot, boiling water, and glass bowl to melt some milk chocolate. We want to use milk chocolate because it's one of the softer chocolates and will melt easier later on. Put a dollop on some wax paper and spread it real thin. Once the chocolate hardens, heat up your circle cutter and cut cake-sized circles out of the chocolate. You may need to put the chocolate in the fridge just to harden it up. And now we have to build the trap. Put the bottom layer of cake on the cutting board, the circular cutout cake on top of it, then put the chocolate disc on top to hide the hole, and disguise the trap with some powdered sugar, and then set to the side or in the fridge to store. And now we have to create some bushes to hide the trap. In a bowl, add some softened room temperature cream cheese and some room temperature butter and mix them together. And then add the powdered sugar. And then whisk them together until they're light and fluffy. Add some green food coloring to the frosting, but be careful, some of this food coloring is really potent, so just add a little bit at a time and then mix it in. And now we have to make some hot fudge to set the trap. Add some cream, sugar, butter, heat up, and pour over some chocolate. Now, when putting the trap together, presentation is everything. Put the trap in the middle and pipe out some bushes. Leprechauns are tricky, so you gotta disguise it pretty well. And then put something shiny on top. I just so happen to have some gold leaf, but of course you do not have to use gold leaf, you can just use something shiny. And so then, when the leprechaun comes by, he's gonna reach for the gold, and then you spring the trap, pouring the molten fudge on top, and it'll fall right into the hole that's in the middle of the cake. Now that you got that leprechaun, take his pot of gold and celebrate your victory by eating the cake. You guys gotta try this recipe at home. It's really cool. It's relatively simple. It seems a little complex, but the ingredients are all the same. It's pretty easy to do, but it's really good. It's a really cool thing to show off to people on St. Patrick's Day. It's a big showstopper. Thank you very much for watching, and I have another savory St. Patrick's Day dish coming out soon, so if you'd like to be notified, please subscribe. But have a happy St. Patrick's Day, and as always, keep cooking.